And so here's my first question to Mr. Romney, sitting here in the empty chair, and here it is. Mr. Romney, why are you running such a weak campaign and not attacking Barack Obama? Okay, I understand. That's your answer. Now, my listeners out there in the Savage Nation, if you have a question for the empty chair in which Romney is not sitting here on the Savage Nation, you can call in your question to the empty suit or the empty chair at 1-800-449-8255. We've got quite a few of them. And let's begin in Sacramento, California on KSTE. Peter, what's your question for the empty chair?
Michael, 13 years ago, you made me a loyal listener with 3 words: orders, language, and culture. This retirement of the endeavor is the September 11th on our culture. And I want to know what Mitt Romney is going to do to reinstate our culture.
Okay, you're asking Mitt Romney, what are you going to do to restore America's pride? Mr. Romney, any answer? Well, there's your answer. I hope that satisfies your question. Be sure to send money to the Romney campaign. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Stephen, what's your question for the empty chair?
Dr. Savage, I'd like to know if Romney considers Obama to be a clear and present danger to this country, making a concerted effort to dismantle the U.S., or is he just incompetent, naive, and misguided?
Mr. Romney, what's your answer to that question? It's not bad. It's working so far. It was made up on the spot. Beowulf said, come on. I said, I'm going to interview the empty chair. I said, what can we run when I asked the question? He said, how about a dial tone? Doug came up with a dial tone. What other soundbite can we use, Beowulf? Do we have anything else for the answers? Well, let's see. What are we getting from the candidate-in-chief here, Mitt Romney? We're getting nothing. We're getting a dial tone. Every time you've called his campaign to ask him to come on the show, you basically get a dial tone. So let's keep it up. Here's another one. Pablo in Arizona. Go ahead. You're on the Savage Nation. What's your question for Mitt Romney?
Yes, Governor Romney, I'm wondering why you were so strong in getting funds in saying you didn't need the 47%. There's no way you could get them. Why are you chasing them now and making yourself weak?
Oh, is that a good question? He said to the rich Republicans, I don't need the 47% who are receiving government benefits, and yet he's going on their radio and television shows. Is that your question, Pablo?
Yeah, I see him on Univision. He's getting booed. Why is he going there and getting weak? If you don't need him, why do you need him? Don't go after him. Stay
If
strong.
you can't beat him, why do you... Okay, Mr. Romney, if you can't beat him, why do you need him? Good. Okay, if you have a question for the empty chair in my studio, that is Mr. Romney's empty chair, which I think we're going to run until eventually even he comes to understand he's now become a laughingstock amongst conservatives in America. We've had enough. We're throwing down the gauntlet to Mitt Romney's campaign. We have had enough of your telling us to drop dead because you're going to vote for us. We're not doing it. Maybe they won't vote for you, Romney. Maybe you'll lose in a landslide, Romney, because you're not talking to the people who should be voting for you. And they're not going to vote for you if you keep this up. That's my estimation. Okay, how's that? Now, many of you are going to say, how dare you attack Mitt Romney? He needs every vote he can get. Hey, that's your problem. It's not my problem. I have my way of doing things. Maybe you have your way of doing things. Virginia Beach. Freddie, what's your question for the empty chair that Romney's sitting in?
My question, Dr. Savage, is I want to know how Mr. Romney is going to restore fiscal sanity to the federal government.
Mr. Romney, you inherited $1 trillion deficit, and your opponent, Mr. Obama, has raised it to $3 or $4 trillion. What would you do the first day that you take office, Mr. Romney? Okay. All right, there's your answer. Okay. Guys, what other sound bites can we use? Does anyone have an answer for anyone out there have any ideas now? Let's get into the production, radio production together. If you're enjoying this Grilla Romney segment with the soundbite of a telephone dial tone, what other sound bites can we use? Beowulf, any other ideas? How about No, I don't think the buzzer will work. Okay, we'll take your calls while I give you the latest news, but we need a laugh right now.